Hi, today we're working with our marvelous poppy seed sauce from Village Eating House. Welcome to another version of Simply Flavorful with Mel and Clay. It's just me today. Clay's out delivering. I've got the marvelous poppy seed here and I have a nice pork loin roast. And so our marvelous poppy seed is terrific for spinach salads. You're gonna love it for fresh fruit, grilled pineapple, so many different ways, but it's a really nice product for pork. Now, because it has the apple cider vinegar in it, it's gonna be a really nice way for it to break that pork down and actually cause it to be very moist and tender. When I'm shaking the marvelous poppy seed, I always shake it left to right rather than up and down. We go ahead and shake that up. And I want to coat both sides of this pork loin so that it has a chance to really sink in. I'm going to let this sit for an hour before I go ahead and actually put it into the oven at 350. And depending on how big your pork loin is how long it's going to need to cook. Use a meat thermometer to make sure that it gets up to the 165 degrees temperature that is most recommended for pork. And like I said, I'm going to let that sit, and I will put it in fat side up just so that that's how we cook it. And I'm going to likely cover this for a short period of time with some plastic and foil and allow it to bake a little bit, kind of steam, and then I'll take it off afterwards and let it kind of brown. So we'll be with you on that. So luckily Clay came home, and though we always cook our pulled pork, if we're making pulled pork in this fashion, he let me know that we will not be cooking this covered, since this loin is going to be open roasted. And so I had to take that off, and I'll put it right back in.
Yeah, the reason you do that is because you want that fat that's on there to caramelize a little bit and sizzle and be really nice.
Okay, so we have had, oh, that looks gorgeous. So we've had this in now just about 45 minutes. And we have this handy dandy meat thermometer. And we're gonna go ahead and put that into the thickest part of the meat as far in as you can. And so that it, oh, here, I'll hold that for you. There you go.
There we go.
It looks amazing. And the temperature's at 150, so it's about 152. Maybe 153, and it needs to be about 165, right, hon?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put it back in just about maybe 5 or 10 more minutes and take it back out in a minute. Take it back out. So you can see that's just a little bit darker than the last time that we pulled it out. And Clay's again gonna put the thermometer in so that we can accurately know that it is finished cooking. Oh yeah. So there will be some carryover cooking too, and so we should consider that as well. We're going to allow this to sit. It's obviously very done. We're going to allow this to sit and just kind of soak it up. These beautiful brown bits. What could we do with that, babe? What would we do with that?
We can just kind of pour it over the top as we cut it. You know, just kind of glaze it.
But they're kind of not going to be poured. So Clay just showed me that it is pretty liquidy, and that is just a delicious, what, brine? Or what would you call that?
I wouldn't call it a brine. I would call it the juice from the meat. It's mixed with the poppy seed dressing.
Right, so it's going to have a real nice sweetness.
Once we pull that out to slice it, we'll just take and whisk all that together. And if there isn't enough juice in there, we might add a little bit of water, or you could add a little bit of wine or whatever you'd like.
Oh, nice. Thanks. So we put this on a cutting board that has a ridge around it that allows the juices that may still come out of our pork loin, even though we did let it rest for quite some time, about 10 minutes. And you can see Clay is cutting that straight down.
Against the grain.
Yeah. to create a really juicy, tender pork loin with that marvelous poppy seed. And we'll tell you and show you what we're going to do with the leftover bits in the bottom of the pan. So this is the bottom of the pan that we cooked it in, and some of the juice that ran into this trough, we were able to mix that together, and this is completely sliced. And Clay's just going to drizzle that pork rendering over the pork slices, and then we'll have some more to put on when we put it on the plate. Beautiful.